Imagine yourself standing by the edge of a quiet river, the late afternoon sun casting a golden sheen across the water, its surface rippling gently as if whispering secrets to the shore. The air carries a faint coolness, brushing against your skin like a soft, reassuring touch, while the earthy scent of damp soil and fresh grass fills your lungs with every slow breath. You can hear the faint rustling of leaves in the nearby trees, their edges catching the breeze, creating a soft, rhythmic hush that seems to sync with the distant gurgle of the river's current. The ground beneath your feet feels solid yet yielding, a mix of smooth pebbles and tender moss that cradles each step as you settle closer to the water's edge. The light shifts subtly, painting long shadows across the bank, and a faint warmth lingers on your shoulders from where the sun kissed your skin moments ago. Somewhere in the distance, a bird calls, a low, melancholic note that fades into the vast stillness, leaving behind an echo that tugs at something deep within you. There's a whisper of a memory here, a fleeting sense of something or someone familiar, just out of reach, carried on the wind, stirring a quiet curiosity in your heart as you stand in this tranquil space, waiting for it to reveal itself. As you linger by the river, let's sit with the weight you've been carrying, the stress that clings to you like a shadow, no matter how hard you try to outrun it. I know the feeling of waking up each morning with a list of demands already pressing down deadlines at work that loom like storm clouds, the endless juggling of family needs, the quiet moments when you wonder if you're doing enough, being enough. Maybe you remember a time when laughter came easier, when a long drive home didn't feel like a battle, when your shoulders didn't ache from the invisible load of responsibility. Now there are days when even the simplest tasks feel heavy, like signing off an email or folding the laundry, each one a small reminder of the endless cycle. There's a longing for rest, for a moment to just breathe without the tick of the clock in your mind, and maybe a flicker of regret when you catch your reflection and see the lines of worry etched a little deeper. I feel that ache with you, the fatigue that seeps into your bones, the nostalgia for a lighter time when the world didn't seem to ask so much. And yet, in the quiet of this riverside, there's a soft pull, a voice or a memory hovering at the edge of your thoughts, growing closer with each breath, as if it's been waiting for you to pause long enough to hear its call, a gentle promise of something familiar, something soothing, just beyond the next ripple in the water. And as you stand here, letting the river's murmur wash over you, you sense a presence beside you, warm and steady, like a hand resting lightly on your shoulder. It's me, Mark, your old friend from those Riverside picnics years ago, my voice soft flows, blending with the faint splash of water against the stones. Do you remember those days? Let's drift back together, surrounded by the scent of pine carried on the breeze, the feel of a rough picnic blanket under our hands as we sat by this very river. Picture that first memory, the time we tossed pebbles into the water, each one making a small, satisfying plop, the sound echoing as we bet on whose would skip the farthest, the sun warm on our necks, the laughter so easy it seemed to dance across the surface. Then there was that quiet afternoon, just us and the creak of an old thermos as we poured coffee, the steam rising in lazy curls, the bitter warmth on your tongue while we talked about nothing and everything. The river's steady flow a backdrop to our shared silence. And oh, that evening when the sky turned amber, the air cooling as we watched fireflies flicker like tiny lanterns, the hum of crickets filling the spaces between our words, a moment so still it felt like the world held its breath just for us. As we linger in these memories, you start to feel it, a thread of something brighter, a glimpse of a day when your heart felt unburdened, a specific moment of joy and strength tied to this place, this river, slowly coming into focus like a reflection clearing on the water's surface, ready to remind you of what's still within you. Let me hold this space for you now, my friend, as we sit by this river together, the gentle lapping of the water, a constant, soothing rhythm. I see how much you've carried, how the stress of work and family has woven itself into your every thought. But I'm here to tell you it's okay to let it float away, just for a little while. Start by breathing with me, feeling the cool air fill your chest, imagining each worry as a small leaf on the river, drifting slowly downstream, out of sight, out of reach. You don't have to hold it all. There's strength in releasing, in trusting that you've done enough for today. You're more than the sum of your tasks, more than the weight of expectation. You're a man who's fought hard, loved deeply, and still has so much to give. Let's look at this stress not as a chain, but as a current that's shaped you, teaching you resilience, showing you what matters most. Remember that day. I see it clearly now when we sat here after you'd landed that big project at work. The pride in your voice as you told me about it. The way the river seemed to shimmer brighter that afternoon, mirroring the lightness in your chest. That moment is still in you, a reminder of your capability, your grit, and it's here to tell you that you can find that lightness again. Stress doesn't diminish you. It's a tide that ebbs and flows, and with every wave, you learn to stand firmer on this shore. Think of time as your ally, not your enemy. Each day a chance to carve out a small space for yourself, like this riverside, where the world's noise fades and you can just be. Growth isn't in the grind alone. It's in the pauses, the breaths, the moments you reclaim for your own peace. Feel the faint warmth of the breeze against your skin again. Hear the distant murmur of the river as it carries on, steady and unhurried. A quiet promise that you, too, can move forward with ease, unburdened, your spirit lifted by the simple truth that you are enough, right here, right now. As the sun dips lower, painting the river in hues of amber and violet, I want to ease you into a gentle rest, my voice softening like the last light of day. Picture us sitting here one last time, the pebbles cool beneath your hands, the faint rustle of leaves brushing the ground, the air growing still as the world seems to hush around us. I've cherished this journey with you, walking through the weight of your worries, rediscovering the calm of those Riverside days, and finding that spark of lightness to carry forward. My presence fades now, like a soft breath on the wind, lingering just long enough to wrap you in warmth before I step back, leaving you with the river's endless song, the distant echo of a familiar laugh, mine, fading into the twilight. Rest here as long as you need, letting the water's rhythm cradle your thoughts, knowing you're not alone in this quiet space. Before I go, tell me of a moment that lingers in your heart, a memory or a feeling you'd like to share in the comments below. I'll be listening. Until we meet again by this riverside, take care, my friend, and let your worries float away.